My name is Itzel,
And my name is Stephanie.
and this is
Midnight
Midnight Chismecito.
Chismecito.
I'm 24, I'm a Gemini, and I'm currently unemployed, but I'm an ex-teacher.
I'm 23. I'm a Libra, and I am also unemployed. And I quit my job like 2 months ago. I
Woo!
used to work with kids. Woo! We both used to work with
That's okay. I only worked
kids.
as a teacher for like 3 months.
Me. No, actually, I almost worked for a
Guys,
year.
woo!
Woo! Okay.
I I guess I guess you now know why we're making the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so for our podcast, we're not really going to have a general topic. It's just all going to be random about experiences and kind of heavy topics. Of course, we're going to put it in the title as a disclaimer if we ever talk about something triggering. And yeah, it's just everything's random.
It's pretty much like the name says that it's all just gonna be like chismecito,
Hence our
right?
title.
Yeah, full circle. Just to give you an idea of what we mean when we say that our podcast is going to be random, we're going to read to you some of the topics that we have planned for future episodes. They're in no particular order, but this is just like ideas that we want to talk about.
So we have episode ideas and then topics. So some of the episode ideas we have as of right now, we want to do an episode together, like in person. If she ever comes down here or I go over there, we want to do one obviously in person. And then we have a doing our makeup episode where we're gonna be talking about our makeup, favorite product, techniques, struggles, and how we started wearing it while doing our makeup.
Then we want to do a drunk episode. So this is like an episode where we would obviously get drunk and talk about like our experiences getting drunk, like talking about our favorite maybe like drinks. And then we also want to do makeup and theme coordination. So for like special holidays like Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween, we want to do makeup that goes with that theme and also like obviously tell stories about that holiday. Or if we ever have a specific topic that's going to be like, for example, more spooky, we want to match our makeup to that.
And now for topics, we're going to be talking about dealing with anxiety, social anxiety, coping with depression, what you notice first in a guy, any preferences, physically and personality wise, personal growth, how much we've changed over the years, paranormal experiences, personal or what we've heard, and then legends or myths.
Conspiracy theories, mythical creatures. We also want to talk about psychology because we're both into that. So, like childhood trauma, how that has affected us, what we've read in articles and stuff like that. We want to talk about social media and mental health, how that affects us, give commentary and opinions about any maybe like internet drama or like news that we've heard, historical events that we find interesting, music,
style, trends, personal style, fashion, makeup, home decor, spirituality, crystals, tarot card readings, documentary reviews. Sometimes we'll watch a documentary and then talk about it, or any documentaries that we've seen already and give our thoughts. Also with music, albums, songs, true crime or mysteries.
Also going to be talking about food, dieting, weight, body image issues, what's perceived healthy as a society. We're going to be talking about phobias and fears, the argument of nature versus nurture, hobby, hustle culture, our opinions and our experiences with that.
And then you skipped over a very important one. We're going to be talking about men and dating. We're going to talk about dealing with being the oldest, so having to be the mom, picking up the kids, taking them, cooking, cleaning, the dangers of the internet, stories we've had or heard, personal experiences we've had as teens, young adults, being exposed to the internet, having young siblings with internet access, fandoms, which ones you're a member of, which ones you'd like to be a member of, crazy ones, thoughts on fanfiction, fan service.
One of my personal favorite ones, tattoos and piercings, like what we think of it, which ones do we want, story times. We want to talk about cartoons, childhood favorites, traumatizing episodes, or like conspiracy theories surrounding certain episodes like creepypastas and stuff. Which ones would we like to bring back? Weird, questionable shows. So pretty much everything that's ever been aired in TLC. the American education system and teacher preparation, because I feel like I should be compensated for the 4 years that I wasted. I have a lot to say. School, embarrassing stories.
How hard it is to find a job in the valley or really anywhere. How hard it is to have connections, having social anxiety in the job force, periods, birth control, old video games, past lives, and having to choose a career straight out of college as an 18-year-old, or for me as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And how schools push for your universities and discourage community college.
So these are some of the ideas and topics that we have planned for future episodes. Depending on the content, some of these may or may not be like linked together or be separate, because we said a lot of them that sounded similar, but like in our heads we're not. This is what we mean when we say that we're going to be a random podcast, and if any of these capture your interests, we hope that you keep tuning in.
Yes, we do.
And so the way that it's going to be formatted is that we're going to start off by asking each other how we're feeling that day, what we've been dealing with, and then after that we're going to have like a music slash snooze slash show segment where we tell you like the songs or the album that we're listening to, and then or the show, or we just tell you about a random news story that we found interesting and crazy and like talk about it. And then after that, we're going to introduce like what the episode is going to be about, the main topic. And we're going to just have a conversation, let the conversation flow and say our thoughts about it, experiences that we've had personally with whatever topic we're talking about. And at the end, we're going to finish it by giving you a recommendation, like a song, album, show, movie, book recommendation. And that's pretty much how our episodes are going to be formatted.
Okay, now we're going to talk about how we met and where we know each other from. So, we met in high school thanks to an old friend from band, and we've been friends for 8 years. That's crazy.
Crazy. Shout out to her.
Shout out. I don't know where you're. Well, actually, I have her on Snapchat. I know what she's up to. Do you have her on Snapchat or Instagram?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No,
You
it's
don't?
because, okay, here's the thing. Well, quickly, like, we're already starting.
I know, for real.
Because I did get along with her. Like, we got along really well. Like, I felt like she was my friend and I was her friend, and she told me like a lot of like, I guess,
Personal.
intimate stories. But remember, like back then I didn't have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like social media or anything. And so she did ask me, but I didn't have any, and at the time she didn't at me. And then like later on, it's been so many years that I don't know if she would recognize my face or that I would recognize her. And also like I feel weird. Like I feel like if I added her right now, would she be like, "Who is that bitch?" You know, like.
I feel you. I
But
feel you with that.
yeah,
No,
that's why
yeah.
I don't have her like on anything.
I was getting so check with Chisme. Literally, our podcast. She went through shit. I'm like, damn. I thought that my experience was shitty. My experience is pretty traumatizing too, but I'm like,
She
okay.
deserves to win. Anyways.
No, for real.
So yeah, we already established like we met back in high school. We've been friends for like 8 fucking years. That's crazy. And I'm just like summarizing for it in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why we started this podcast? Well, I feel like for me it was like a combination of reasons. I've always kind of, I guess, wanted to be like on social media, but not really like being a YouTuber or anything. I feel like I always lean toward podcasts more because that's what I listen to, and that's like in my mind I was like, well, I'm not gonna have to show my face or anything, and I love talking. Like if you know me, you know that I love talking, so like this is like fitting. But also, sometimes like I wish that there were more podcasts like the podcast that we're going to make, where like it feels like you're having a conversation with someone or someone's just talking to you. I feel like podcasts are very goal oriented. Like it's like, oh, okay, this is a true crime podcast, or this is a fashion podcast, or this is women empowerment podcast, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes I just want to hear people rambling.
Yes.
I don't know if there's anyone out there that's like actually gonna like this, like the what we do or like the format or like our conversations, but I feel like if this is something that I would want, then there's people out there that must want this type of podcast too. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there is a podcast out there that's like this and that I don't know about, but I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I've never encountered one.
And then for me, why I decided to do a podcast, I've always been very creative. And ever since I was little, I've been making videos. That led me to my own YouTube channel, which I have now abandoned. But it's because I started getting more excited about podcasts. And originally, I was going to make a podcast by myself, but which I have a lot of topics, but also I have a lot of topics with you that I want to share between us. And there's so many different possibilities of making a podcast. And I feel like it's better if you have a podcast with someone else because you can just bounce off ideas. You can talk about your experiences, different point of views. There's a lot of different things about both of us, but a lot of the same things. And also, I've always thought about making podcasts. I like to talk as well. And I feel like I want to find people with the same experiences as I have because I feel like a lot of my experiences are very odd. And I want to know if there's people out there that feel the same as I do, that have had the same experiences, that can share their stories with me. Like, oh, I've been through this as well. Or like, that traumatized me too, or I relate to what you're saying. And yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Shit. It was
Oh,
related to what you were
me.
saying, though. Oh, whatever. That's fine.
That's another thing about us. We're forgetful, so it's gonna be an interesting podcast. We're gonna be like, wait, what was they talking about? And then we'll.
Wait, I
Oh.
remember.
Okay, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say? I'll remember. What were you gonna say?
Okay, I was gonna say that we're gonna forget, and we're very much, como se dice, like, we're gonna bounce from topic to topic because we'll forget something, or like something will remind us of something else, and then we're gonna like be all over the place. Just saying. So if you have
Yeah.
ADHD, this podcast is good for you.
This is when we said this was gonna be a random podcast. Like we meant, like we're not just saying it to be
Random.
quirky. We're not like other girls. No, I'm pretty sure that like a lot of people are like this. Like they're very random. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say actually, this is not to like hype our own brand or anything, like rub our own clits or whatever. But I've had a lot of people like tell us like that, or like people that know us, that they're like, oh my god, you guys have like the craziest conversations ever. So like
Yeah,
that's why
like,
we want to share it.
yeah, when we were in band, there'd be people listening in on our conversations, and they would join because we're so quirky. No, we were just random, you know?
Yeah. And back then we thought we were like losers. We're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
people probably think we're fucking crazy, and like they think
In
that we're like
reality,
annoying. And then later
in reality, we'd have a lot of friends if we were in classes together, because like our conversations were from another world.
yeah. Like sometimes I tell David like about like, oh yeah, like what we talked about, like what we did when we would hang out and stuff, like tell him stories about us, and he's like, you guys are fucking crazy. Or like he's like, I wish I had friends like that, because like my friends, all they wanted to do was play video games and stuff. And I was like, yeah, we tell each other everything.
Yeah, which sucks because like you moved and now it's like, damn, like
I
we could have
know.
made a lot of memories. But it's okay. We have this podcast. We're gonna talk about the past, maybe create new memories, and then she's gonna come
Yeah.
down here in like what, 2 weeks, right?
No, a week and a half. A week and a
Are we
half.
gonna have? Woo! And we might hang out. Hopefully, we get to hang out and just keep creating, because we created memories last time you came. So like we're still creating memories.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that's another good reason, well, for me, that I forgot to mention about why I started the podcast, because like I do feel like, because you're my best friend, right? And like being over here, it's just like a little lonely in terms of like not having friends. And so this is a way to keep like our friendship alive, because sometimes like
Mhm.
texting is just
Yeah.
not it.
Not it. Yeah, exactly. No, I feel
Yeah.
you because I also feel the same way. I'm like, I want a texture, but then it's like we're either busy or like sometimes you run out of conversation, and it's better if you talk in person or like through Zoom or Discord or whatever, video
Yeah.
chat.
So the name of our podcast, why do we name it Midnight Chismecito? I think it's because we always gossip whenever we're together. Like chisme is like our thing. That's what we do. And
Hmm.
also because when I was back home, we we would just text each other or call each other and be like, oh my god, dude, I need to tell you something, or like I need a vent, I need a rant. And then like one of us would pick the other one up, and we'd go to Starbucks in the middle of the night and like stay out until like fucking 3 a.m.
Yeah, and which I
Yeah.
have a story about that. So, one of those days that we had a rant and we got Starbucks, we parked outside, right? And all the workers were leaving. Like, I think we were the only ones left. And I mistakenly left my car on. So, we were listening to music and my car was on. And when I went to turn it on, the battery had died and my parents were asleep. They had to work the next day. I'm like, crap, what are we gonna do? And luckily, her parents came to the rescue and they started my car. And I was like, oh my God, thank God for your parents, because mine are asleep. They would have been pissed. They'd be like, whoa, why did you leave the car on? Like, oh my God, that shit was funny.
I thought you were gonna say the other one.
Which one?
I'm gonna pull a memory out of your subconscious right now.
Oh
But
God.
there was this one time. It was our friend Daisy, you and me, or me and you, whatever. We grabbed Starbucks and we went to park at Cattle Call. But I didn't fucking know that I didn't know that parks would close. And so we were parked outside, and then an officer like stops next to us, and he knocked on the window, and then we were like, as he was walking by like this, he was like, "Fuck!" And so she rolled down the window, and you're sitting in the back of the car, and the officer's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we were like, "Just drinking Starbucks and like talking." And he was like, "Well, you guys know that Cattle Call closes at like 9 p.m., right?" And we were like, "No." And he left.
We thought
You
that he
remember
thought,
that?
yeah, we thought that he thought that we were smoking weed or something, because I guess that's
Or
what people
something,
do.
yeah. He's like, they're probably having sex in there.
No, dude, for real. That's what it seemed like he thought, because he came like slowly. He was like flashing his light before he got close to the window.
Yeah.
And we were like, what the
Yeah.
hell did we do? Yeah, I didn't know
I
that they
was like,
closed either.
yeah, like it's a public park. Like if you, I don't know, you would think that if they wanted to close it, they would place like a little barrier in the entrance, right?
Yeah. Or like a
It's
sign. Or
probably
maybe
because
there is a sign.
you know what? I don't think it's so much that it closes. I think that it's kind of like the lovers lane of like our city. Well,
That's so
lovers
sad.
lane slash like smoking lane.
Yeah.
But yeah, good
Oh yeah,
time.
I didn't even ask, how are you feeling? That's like part of our format.
Our format is all fucked up.
No, for real.
I'm feeling a little crazy right now because my period was supposed to start earlier in the week and it didn't. It started today, and today I'm feeling like a little more calm. But those days that that in between period where you're not like actually bleeding out, but like you're getting there, the paper like is pink or whatever.
Yeah.
I was in that stage and it was driving me insane because I don't know if I told you, but ever since I started taking like birth control, it's just making me like I have my weeks where like I'll see like a video of like a cat or like a puppy or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucking
Oh
sad.
yeah, you told me.
And then I'll have times where like today, this week was one of those times where like I wasn't feeling like depressed, but I was feeling so fucking irritated. Like I was ready to throw punches and like fight someone. I just could not. No
I
sé, es
feel
como que, ay, todo, cualquier cosita que me decían, and I was like, don't talk to me.
I felt that.
But yeah.
Also, another thing that I'm going to mention is that this podcast is not only going to be English, we're going to throw in Spanish in there as well. I feel like it all depends on the episode, because sometimes we get super excited and we just speak Spanish. So if anyone is out there and they only speak English, then I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to try to put subtitles, because it's going to be a lot. And some things you can't really translate the same. So just a warning for those out there, it's going to be pretty much bilingual. Yeah.
We're in Spanish. This is America. No, I'm kidding. Tell me, how are you feeling, Stephanie?
Okay, so for me, for the past 2 months, I have been feeling really down. But then maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I need to get myself out of this funk. If I stay in this funk forever, I'm not going to do anything. So I slowly but surely started working out. I was trying to eat healthy, but I'm trying not to beat myself up if I don't. And I'm trying to wake up earlier as well. I'm trying to build my TikTok up. That's probably one of the things that makes me more excited, like doing TikTok and getting ready. I've been on a high for like 3 weeks, which is scary to me because then I end up crashing one day or another. And yesterday was actually one of those days. And I hate it because I feel like the littlest thing can trigger me to be sad. And this is gonna sound silly, but I was watching JC's stream. JC Kalen, he's this YouTuber. I've loved him since like high school or before that. No, since high school, I think. But anyways, I was watching his stream and he played a song that made me sad, but I forgot what song it was. And then I just from there, I just started spiraling. And then this morning, I felt okay. I wasn't that good, but then I got myself excited for the podcast. I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, you're gonna do the podcast. It's gonna be fine, you know? So I am right now, I'm like at a high and I'm trying to keep myself at a high, but I just know that if I fall, then I'll get back up again. So that was a long explanation, but yeah, that sounds good.
No, I think it was about the same as mine. So you're good.
Okay, what have you been up to?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you because you're my friend. But as I already said, I'm unemployed and I don't plan on going out there and finding a job right now, especially not as teaching. Like, fuck that. Like, I've given up. I'm not going to teach anymore. I'm going to use my diploma to wipe my ass, honestly, because I was I would much rather work at Walmart right now than be a teacher. But anyways, that's another topic for another day. And so what I'm trying to do is like trying to find something to do here at home. Because I feel like also that works well with David's work. Because I don't know how long we're gonna be here. I don't know if we're gonna be moving, and I feel like finding like a job at home is gonna be easier for me than like having to like go get hired and then work for a certain amount of time and then get fired and or not fired but like quit. Sorry, I said that wrong. So building something here might be something that is better for me, and I'm trying to do like an Etsy shop type of thing. So yeah, I hope that works out for me.
Do you want to share what you're gonna be selling on Etsy, or you don't know yet?
No, well, I've been working on it. I'm gonna do embroidery. Both like hand embroidery because I know how to do that, and also patches. But we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna sell to like David's coworkers first, and then see how popular they are, and then if it happens, then I'll do that. But it's not a plug.
Cool. Shop and sell Etsy ad down in the link below.
Yeah. People are gonna watch this podcast and they're gonna be like, these two girls are just plugging their like TikTok and their like Etsy shop.
So follow your TikTok, follow our Etsy shop. Okay, so for your first project, I want a jacket, the Bad Bunny ad.
Bad Bunny.
I want his portrait ad.
Well, dude, you're gonna go to his concert, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm planning to.
Dude, I saw. Yeah, I saw this TikTok and it made me laugh because it was like a girl and she was like, mi mamá, pues ¿por qué están tan pinche caros los boletos del Bad Bunny? Ni que volara. And then she put a clip of him in like the middle of the air in like a floating stage or some shit.
I'm dead. That's so funny.
And I was like, I think that was in his concert in Miami. I don't know if.
Yeah, I've seen clips of him floating with this. I think he was like on a palm tree or something.
Yeah, a palm tree.
Oh, which reminds me, I am going to a concert on the 7th, and I'm so excited. I'm going to a concert for one of my favorite bands, Lainey. I've been listening to them for like years. I don't even remember. And I've attempted twice to go to their concert. My mom did not let me drive to San Diego. Like, what? Lady, I wasted like $400 on these tickets and you're not gonna let me go? And I think they refunded me once. That. Dude, remember? I was so pissed off. I'm like,
wasn't it 3 times?
No, it was twice, pero I bought my own ticket and my sister. So it was 4 in total tickets. Like, what?
Yeah.
But this time it's official because I know how to, like, I've been knowing how to drive there. Pero apenas me fue mi mamá, so I am happy about that. That's exciting. That's one of the things that I'm very, like, I need to have stuff going on to look forward to, porque si no me caigo en un hoyo. Like, I was like, oh, I had you coming over. That was, like, one of my things I was excited for. I had, like, a whole thing planned with my friend. She wanted to go eat Korean barbecue, and then she wanted to hang out. She told me a bunch of things that she wanted to do, and I was like, oh, okay. I was excited for that, but then, like, her mom didn't end up letting her, or, like, then she didn't have money. Stuff came up. So I was like, that made me happy for a little bit, but then she wasn't able to. So, and I was like, oh man, But then when you said that you were coming, I'm like, yeah, like that's something to look forward to. And then the concert's something to look forward to. It was more, but I can't really get into the specifics of more porque it's something that I haven't even told you. And I want to get your live raw reaction on camera. But that's for like a different that's for I'm gonna tease it a little bit. It's gonna sound crazy coming from my mouth, and it is crazy, but how do I explain it without you sounding too confused? You know what, you're gonna sound confused either ways, but this has to do with the topic of ex-boyfriends. Something's supposed to happen next month that is not happening, or I don't know if it's happening. It's a mess. It's a mess itself, and I haven't talked to you about it because I don't even know what to do anymore. And yeah, so we're gonna have to wait for that episode, or maybe like in a close episode.
Wait. Okay, quick question. Does it have to do with the TikTok that I sent you like yesterday?
Wait, what? What was it about? That somebody was
The
gonna reach
one
out to me?
about the Mercury retrograde and
Oh,
someone
oh.
from your past coming back up.
See, no, look, listen, that had already happened. That happened before that. And then you sent me a TikTok. So I was like, funny itself. Funny you say that. You know something? Ah.
Not funny, huh? But funny weird.
Funny weird. No, exactly.
Oh my
Yeah, so
god, the algorithm is magical.
it's like this story is crazy. I have this thing where I don't know how much I should say porque every time that I want to talk about something, I'm a blabbermouth and I want to be hella open. But that scares me. Como, what if we start getting haters and then they start picking at your insecurities? That's one of my biggest fears. Y también, I've always kept your sayings in mind. All the time it's on my mind. When I'm going to tell something to someone, I always keep what you say in mind. You always say, I don't like talking about my personal stuff porque luego te pasan
Yeah.
cosas malas, or like people are just nosy, or people just want to create drama, or people want to judge you. So I'm very on the fence when it comes to this podcast because I don't want to keep anything private, but I also am scared to let everything out porque you never know. So I don't know
Yeah,
how
the
you feel
bad
about that
energy.
too.
Yeah, I feel conflicted too because I'm like, when it comes to things about the past, I really don't mind telling everyone to know because, like,
Mhm,
I already did it. Like, even if I regret it, there's no way that I can change it. Why hide it, you know?
mhm,
But when it comes to the future, like you said, I'm a firm believer in like el mal de ojo y las envidias. And so I feel like whenever you tell someone like something exciting or that you're waiting for, that's why I was like, I don't know if I should say like about the Etsy shop or not, because it's not something that's
mhm,
working. Like it's not something that I have started yet, like quote
mhm.
unquote started, and I'm scared. So like I feel you, like I
I
don't
feel
know.
you. Yeah. And we have the power to edit it out. Right now, we're just recording, ¿verdad? And like
Hmm.
whatever we say doesn't matter necessarily because when it comes to editing, we can always take out a part. Last minute, you can tell me, like, oh, just take out the Etsy part, and I can take it out.
Hmm.
Pero once everything's done and posted, it's scary because you can't go back from that. Pero then I look
Exactly.
at podcasts and I'm excited for people. Like, we're not envidiosas. We're not like, we get excited for people and we like when people open up, but there's people that will take your insecurities and knock them down. They're just horrible people. They'll talk shit about you. They'll be envidiosos. They'll want everything in your life to go wrong. And like it's just
Yeah.
it's that's how life is.
Yeah, I
Sorry, we
feel
went
you.
like on a rant.
No,
But
no, no.
yeah.
Well, that's fine. This is like what this podcast is anyway. No, but yeah, I feel you. I don't know. I feel like I was really scared of like criticism at first or haters. That's one of the main reasons why I never had the like, I guess, balls or whatever to do anything on my own. Like that's why I never tried to start like a YouTube channel or like a podcast on my own. Because I was like, well, I know that I'm gonna get hate. Everyone gets hate whenever you put yourself out there. And I was scared of that. But I feel like making this podcast, like having it be with you, like a friend that I've known for like 8 years, which is fucking crazy. I can't get that out of my mind. But anyways, having like a friend like you, my best friend, I feel like that's giving me a little bit more bravery because I know that there's gonna be someone
Mhm.
that's gonna step in for me and be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna delete the hate comments that you get so that you don't have to see them
Mhm.
or some shit like that, or like,
Yeah, yeah.
not that you have to, I'm not saying like you're obligated to, but like if I
No, no,
tell you
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what, like I don't want to see what people said about,
Mhm.
that's giving me a little bit more bravery. So
Yeah, and it's tough because we both struggle with certain things that we don't want to hear. Some days I can be like invincible and be like, "Oh, I don't care that you called me this. I don't care that you called me that. Like I know I'm a bad bitch or whatever." But then
yeah,
sometimes it's like, "Damn, that one little comment can bring you so down." And it's like, but then you also have to think about like they're even worse of a person to be saying that about people. Like, why are you
yeah,
saying that to people in the first place? And they're hiding
yeah,
behind a screen. They're not telling you in person. There's a reason why the internet is the way that it is because people sometimes they're too scared to say it in person. So they hide behind a screen and they want to say whatever they want to say. And it's always those profiles that have no picture or their account is private. It's like, then leave your
yeah.
account open. Like,
Exactly. I feel like you just have to keep that in mind that like it's like, well, not just like not you specifically, but you in general, that
mhm,
it's kind of pathetic to think about like people actually sitting there and like typing a whole ass like hate comment like you're fucking ugly or like
mhm.
like imagine taking the time to do that. Like it really shows that you
No,
have
for
nothing better
real.
to do. It's just crazy. But It is what it is. I feel like people on the internet don't have like a lot of empathy.
Mm-hmm.
They see
Oh,
like people on screen and they don't
tell
realize
me
like, you know
about it.
what? It sounds crazy, but I feel like they have like this very childish mentality of like, you know how little kids when they see video games, they think of like, oh, that's a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how some adults or some people on the internet think too, that it's like, oh, I'm seeing this person on the screen, so it's not a real person. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, like I'm alive, like I go to the grocery store, like I
I'm alive out
interact
there.
with other people. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
shower, you know, I have a life. Whatever you say, like it does affect me because I am a person.
Online people are just. I've been talking to online. This is another topic. I'm not gonna get into it, but I've been talking to people from online since like high school, and it's affected me tremendously. Like literally, it's built who I am. If I never got online and talked to people online, I'd be a completely different person. It's traumatizing. It changes you as a person. It fucks with you. Damn, that was
It
a whole
does.
ass rant.
Yeah. No, but you know what? Usually, I think lately I've been a little better about insecurities because we're gonna get. I know we're gonna talk about this like in some other episode, like in the future. But I have family members who are like very fucking mean. So I always think
Mhm.
like Neptune.
You're good.
She's like, let me
You
interrupt.
see Neptune?
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah.
I didn't name her like we didn't name her that. That was her name that she already had.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay, sorry. Distracted by a cat.
Yeah, we sidetracked again. Oh no, but I was gonna say what I like to tell myself, and actually I heard this from another friend, and it stuck with me. There's nothing that people can say that is meaner than what my own family has said to me, or that what I have said to myself. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
Right. Right.
It's like a fucked up way of dealing with it, but it
Mhm.
works for me.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought about it like that. Pero my family is very passive aggressive. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Como a quick comment that I've heard probably my whole life. Estuvieras más bonita si estuvieras flaquita. Like, oh,
Mm,
nomás te falta poquito y estuvieras, bien bonita. What does my beauty have to do with my weight? I don't know.
yeah.
I'm also very protective over my family. There's certain family members that I don't want to blast, but then again, I also want to talk about it because I know that other people go through it also. I love my family, pero I feel like I'm scared to say, oh, my sister said this, and then people are gonna be like, your sister's a bitch. I'm like, no, you don't get to call my sister a bitch because she said that,
Oh my God. But like what's happening is
Mhm.
Sydney Sweeney right now. Like I don't know if you agree with it or not, but there's a lot of people telling her like you need to cut off your family because they're racist. And it's like, well, you don't know. Maybe she really doesn't agree with those comments that or like those beliefs that her family has. But like, good for you if you're able to cut your mom out of your life or cut your dad or your grandpa or
Mhm.
your grandma. But like that's not a reality for a lot of people. I
Yeah.
don't know, like and it ties in with what you're saying that like if you say like, oh well my mom said this or like my dad said that, people online are gonna be like, well, why do you still talk to them? It's like because it's the person that birthed me. I know birthed isn't like a,
Yeah,
but you know what I
yeah.
mean.
I completely agree with that because it's like I understand the people that can do that. Good for you. Pero personally, me, it's different if you were like neglected. Even then, some people still like love their parents. It all depends on the person because some people, like, aunque tu mamá te dijo algo así de chiquito, some people can be like, oh, I'm cutting that bitch off because when I was little, she told me this. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess good for you, but I can't personally do that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much more to it too. Like for example, both you and I have younger siblings that still live at home with our parents. So like if we were like I know for sure, I don't know about you, but I know for sure that if I were to cut my parents off for like any little thing, they wouldn't allow me to like see my siblings. Or like they would, but they would start saying bad stuff about me in front of my siblings. And my siblings are still pretty young to like the point where like they can start believing those things, you know? And people don't think
Yeah.
about those things that like sometimes you do have to keep ties with like certain family members because
Mm-hmm.
there's more to lose than what there is to gain.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if my parents would stop me from seeing my siblings. Maybe. I don't know. It's because we're a weird family actually. It's like we love each other and we all clash. But I've never been to a point where I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna move out. Like I've said it, but I've never said it to my mom. So I don't know
Hmm.
how you say that, but you
Yeah,
don't know when it comes to the point to happening. Porque
you
it
don't
could
know
be
till
like,
it
oh, I haven't
happens.
seen my mom in 5 years, and your mom might be like, oh, come see your siblings, and like it might be a total 360 because maybe you think that because of what your parents have said, pero nunca sabes hasta que pasa, you know? So it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
like because That's what I used to think. I was like, I don't think my parents would
Mm-hmm.
ever like do that. But then I moved out and like, I mean, I didn't cut them out, like, but when I
Yeah.
moved out, I noticed that like they started talking about me behind my back. Yeah, because
Oh.
I'm no longer there, And it was kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, well, I proved myself wrong. I played myself, you know?
Okay, okay, I get you, I
But,
get you. Like the opposite happened than what you thought was gonna happen.
yeah, because I would think like, well, because my parents love me, so if I were to ever move out or like if I were ever to have a fight, like I don't think my parents would like talk bad about me like in front of my siblings, like maybe with each other, but not in front of my siblings, right? But like not like clown emoji.
No, I feel you because that's how I would feel. I'm like, oh, if I ever were to move out, I feel like my parents would like miss me maybe. But you don't know until it happens. Like when I move out, what if
Right.
they start talking shit about me too? You know?
Yeah. Like obviously like they do miss me, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you, I get you.
I was going to say, throughout this podcast, we're obviously going to be talking a lot about our personal stories and our personal lives. So if anyone out there ever comes across this podcast and you think or you feel that we're talking about you and you do not want to be included, let us know so that we can like take that segment out. We're not going to be
Mm-hmm.
saying names or anything, but like if you know that it's you and you don't want that information or whatever to be out there for whatever reason, like let us know and we will cut you.
No, yeah. That reminded me of something else.
You can't always be open with your parents and like tell them like I know I have a lot of stories that my parents don't know. I mean like my parents didn't even know I was gonna get fucking married until I got married.
No,
Like that's how
no, for
bad
real.
it
I
is,
feel you. I feel you.
So I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like
sure there's gonna be people out there that are gonna listen to them and be like, girl, this is like the place where I come to like
dude, and my stories, the stories that I will talk about, I am going to expose these men. Like, I spent so much rambling. I rambled to 3, maybe 4 people. Here, I feel like I can fully ramble and fully expose them because I'm not the type to go on social media and ramble on the open. Like, I can't be like, don't trust this guy because you know what he did, or like, be like, oh, you know what he did? He did this to me, he did that to me. I'm not the type to do that, and ¿cómo se dice? Como, not look up to, but they're like, I feel like those people are very courageous, that they just expose people, but I also feel like I'm gonna look dumb if I ever expose someone. Pero here, I feel like it doesn't matter, because it's like, whatever, I'm gonna talk about it because that's my experience, and,
because this is my
I wanna
podcast.
talk about it. Exactly. And it's not like
Yeah.
people are gonna know who it is. The only person that's gonna know who it is you, our other friend, my sister, and then the guys that I've actually encountered, or the people that I've encountered, which I don't think they're ever gonna find this because, I
Yeah.
send a link to them, which I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like at that point, because there's a difference on TikTok, anyone could come across anyone's video? I know that
Yeah.
people say, like, the algorithm is messed up or whatever, or like certain creators' favoritism. But I feel like with podcasts, it's kind of like a thing of like, you have to be looking for it, or like if you come
Mhm.
across it, it's gonna be more of like a destiny type of thing. Like, it was meant for
Yeah.
you were meant to come across it because like there's so many podcasts out there. Like, two
And
random
like,
girls on like the internet aren't gonna.
yeah. And everything happens for a reason. If on the like extreme crazy chance that one of these people that I talk about see the podcast or a TikTok about the podcast and it's talking about them, I feel like it's just meant to be. Like they were meant to listen to me
Yeah.
ramble. They were meant to listen to me talk shit. They were meant to know what I fucking felt. A
Yeah,
heartbroken.
you say you put them in their place.
Yeah, but I didn't get to say. Oh my god, I have so much to say, but like, we need
That's
to,
gonna be
we
for
need
like
to,
a juicy ass episode.
yeah, we need to end this before I start rambling again.
Do you mind if I cuss?
Oh, I don't mind, pero I think that if we ever got like ads on YouTube videos, I don't think you can
Mm,
cuss. Pero
yeah,
I don't mind bleeping it out because I feel like, well, actually, I watch a podcast where they cuss, so I feel like you can cuss. I don't think that we're that bad that we're gonna be like fucking fuck, and we beep all that
yeah.
out. I don't think we're that bad. So yeah, I'm cool with you cussing.
Yeah, because I
I don't
was
know if
also
you're cool
thinking
with
like
that.
we're gonna upload this on YouTube, so and you know
Yeah.
how YouTube is. I'm gonna try to keep it like to a minimum, pero pues like I was already like mal hablada before, but like
I
when
feel
I
you.
got with David, it got worse because like he can't go a sentence without saying like 5 bad words, and
Really?
vea
I
que se
didn't
mira bien
expect that
seriecito,
from
son los
him.
más callados.
Yeah. Oh my god. What? I did not expect expect that from him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't really know him, obviously. Like the only time your wedding is literally the last time I saw him. So,
the person
and then
time,
the last times it was like around friends, and then he was very quiet, so I don't know his personality.
Yeah, no, like he's like very. I feel like okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like in a lot of ways he's like very similar to you.
Bro, you dated me. You got married
I'm
to me.
dating you.
Oh my god.
Dude, imagine
Dude, that's so
it would have been
funny.
perfect if he would have been a Libra.
No, for real, but he's a Virgo. Don't get me started on Virgos. Don't get me started on Virgos.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I know. I get you. Everyone says that. Like I told you, I don't know if I told you, but even his own sister, he was like, I was talking to his sister, and she was like, oh, cause Virgo man, like they're so disgusting about it. And then she was like, wait, my brother is a Virgo.
Wait, is he in August Virgo?
September.
Ah, see, August Virgos. August Virgos. August Virgos. 24th and 25th. Ah, I'm all exposing already. Oh my god, dude. This is for another topic,
Yeah.
but damn, crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Anyways, or did you want to talk about anything else? Sorry.
Oh no, I was done. Did you want to talk about anything else?
No, I don't.
Because if I go, I will start going, and there'll be another hour.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like I do like want to talk with you, but like also we need to save our content.
Yes,
For
that's how I feel.
yeah.
We're gonna see each other. We're gonna be quiet. We're gonna be like, no, we're saving everything for the podcast. Ah.
Yeah, porque yo no, like I don't know how to act. Not in that way. As in like no sé actuar. That's what I mean. Like if you tell me right,
Oh
like
yeah,
if,
yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
stop the podcast and you tell me right now, like the next time my reactions are gonna be fake as fuck. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah. Whoa! Did not know that.
oh my god, I could have never expected that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, what have you been like listening to or watching?
For watching, I haven't been watching any Netflix or Hulu, not really shows, more YouTube. I watch a lot of different YouTubers, but ones that I've been listening to, watching, oh my god. I say listening because it's a podcast, but I watch it on YouTube, you know? It's Zayn and Heath's podcast. It's called Unfiltered. And they're also very random, but they don't get into deep topics like we're gonna do in this one. I'm all plugging our thing.
Like
No, but that's what I've been watching recently. And then for listening, it depends on the day actually. I'll listen to Bad Bunny because I'm excited for his concert that I'm manifesting. I'm also listening to Lainey because I'm gonna see them on the 7th. And then today it was more like a perreo vibe. Like I was listening to songs that are like para perrear. And I actually started listening to the song yesterday. Let me pull it up. I know the artist, but the song is new to me. I hate bringing up JC every 5 seconds, but it's because I watch him every day. And he was listening to music yesterday, and people were recommending him music. And he was playing Curazao by El Alfa, Chael Produciendo, and Farruko. I was listening to that song, and I've been obsessed with that song lately. I listen to a lot of stuff. I'll like change it up depending on the day. And yeah.
Nice, it's interesting. Actually, same with the music with me. Like I've lately been on a like a reggaeton sort of mood. I have a I have a playlist called Perreo Extremo.
Me, I have perreo with the peach emoji.
Yo le puse Perreo Extremo.
I love that.
And it's a mix between like newer reggaeton like Bad Bunny, Guayna, obviously like the OGs like Wisin y Yandel, Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Angel y Chris, pero también like new like Karol G. Well, no, Karol G songs aren't like really like technically like they're reggaeton, but not perreo, you know? Or well, not the
Yeah.
ones that I've listened to at least. Pero yeah, so same with the music. And then for watching, I've been watching Extraordinary Attorney Woo on Netflix. People are gonna, if anyone ever comes across this podcast, they're gonna cancel me. But I've been watching Dance Moms. I was like, whenever I'm doing something I put it as background music, as background noise, because
Mood.
I just like
Yeah.
I like the way they fight. I'm sorry, like I know people have a lot of mixed feelings about it, and it's controversial because of like what the kids went through. And I think like Abby
Uh-huh.
Miller is like in jail or some crazy shit like that. But like
What?
the moms are wild, and I just like them fighting.
I did. I started watching that with my sister, but then I don't know. We just stopped watching it. But she still watches it. She's like, she'll be like doing her makeup and she's watching it. And I'm like, didn't you watch it already? She's like, yeah, but I like it.
It's because it's crazy. Like the moms are hilarious. Like and they like straight up. I love the way they fight with each other.
You love the
I don't know what
drama.
that
You love
says
the
about me.
threat.
I don't know what that says about me as a person, but like I'm sorry, I just love it.
No, I feel like everyone has like their guilty pleasure. They're like, oh, I love the drama. Or I love this.
It is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Me.
She wants to be the star of the show.
Me wanting attention. For now, we only have Instagram and TikTok. I don't know if we're going to open any other platforms, but if you want to follow us there, our Instagram is Midnight Chismecito and our TikTok is Midnight Chismecito. And yeah, I'm hoping to post TikToks. I don't know about Instagram. I don't know what we're going to do with Instagram. Maybe the same videos that we post on TikTok we'll post on Instagram, or maybe, I don't know, some sort of picture content.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Instagram is getting kind of outdated.
No, yeah, and nobody wants to use it anymore. They're like, oh, our stuff isn't even being on, like, our stuff is being pushed out, so people are not
Yeah.
wanting to use it anymore.
Yeah. But anyway,
So,
sorry, I
yeah.
interrupted you.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it for the introduction episode, and we're excited for more episodes, and we hope you enjoyed, and we will see you on the next episode of Midnight Chismecito.
Woo!
And bye!
Bye.
Woo!